Hi, my name is Boris, and in this video I'm going to show you how to customize the look of Ableton Live 12. We will go through the built-in themes and how to customize them to fit your style, as well as how to create your own original skins. Before we get into the video, if you like what we are doing on this channel, make sure to subscribe. We've got more content about Ableton coming up. If you'd like to learn Ableton 12 with all the foundations of music production, check out our Beginner to Advanced Live 12 Start to Finish course, and make sure to also check out the Everything Bundle Collector's Edition, which includes all of the courses, sound packs and project files in our store. And to see all of that, check the links in the video description. Alright, so let's get started. So I am using my own theme, and to access the theme settings, you can either click Ctrl or Command and comma, or just choose Preferences. And over here, we just need to go to Theme and Colors. As you can see, there's the default theme, the classic medium dark and classic medium light themes, as well as the immaterial, riparian and 24 karat themes. Usually all of these settings will be way different, so I am just going to show you each of those first, and then we'll go through what each of those default themes are best for, and then I'll show you how I actually created this custom theme. So first of all, the grid line intensity is the intensity of the grid you see over here, and also of the grid that you see over here in the clip view. So if we go all the way to 0, the grid just disappears, and if we increase that, it's going to be more visible. But very likely it's still not going to be as visible as I have it, because I've customized my theme to basically omit the lighter strokes of the grid. I just have the grid really clearly laid out in this theme. My preference is to just crank the grid line intensity and just leave it like this. As far as the brightness goes, you can either increase it, and this is going to sort of lighten your theme, or you can make it darker. So I like my brightness somewhere around 70%. And then there's color intensity and color hue. Color intensity basically can add a splash of color onto your entire interface. I have it set somewhere between 20 and 50%. And the hue, I have it at 195 degrees. And basically here you can just choose different colors. So what I like about 195 is that it's a cold blue hue. So if we slightly increase the color intensity, we get a sort of cold gray look of our interface instead of the default kind of warm brownish look. I like to keep it somewhere around here, and that's pretty much it for these settings. Now, if we take a look at the default theme and we go all the way back to the defaults, this is what it looks like. I have it set to follow system, so because I'm using dark mode in Windows, it just switches to dark, but yours might look more or less like this. For me, this is way too bright, and I would have to really turn down the brightness over here to even be able to look at this. But yeah, you might want to have a light theme. That's entirely up to you. You could also try enabling high contrast, which just raises the contrast a bit, and it actually sometimes looks even better. And it also is possible to do in dark mode. So you actually might want to try and enable high contrast just to see what this looks like. You can increase the grid line intensity, and as you can see, the grid is quite clear over here. But when we go into the clip, well, we can't really see the grid all that clearly. So if you just want to add a small MIDI note, you just have to kind of be really precise about it. And as for the brightness, well, you can freely adjust this, and you could also add a bit of color and even choose my 195 kind of setting. So this already, for me, looks much better, I'd probably just increase the grid line, lower the brightness a bit, and increase the color intensity. Increase the brightness a bit just to make it a bit less dark looking. So this is the default theme. We can also choose the cool tone here, and this already gives us a bit more of a blue/purple-ish hue. And we also can choose a warm setting, which gives us a brownish look. To me, this is very similar to the color hue, so I just kind of don't play around with the tone setting. Now we have Angst Robot. This is just quite a cyberpunk-ish looking theme. And then we have Immaterial, which has pink accents. We have Riparian, which is greenish, and 24 Karat, which is just adding a sort of gold hue to everything. I don't really enjoy these themes all that much. What I used to use is the medium dark theme. I actually like this more than the default. I enjoyed just taking down the brightness a bit and increasing the color intensity. So this is already a nice sort of color profile to me. But we also have medium light, and this one also can look nice, but especially in the clip view, it could be a bit easier to see the grid maybe if you're using the light theme. In general, the dark theme is of course going to be easier on your eyes, but the light theme could be a bit more clear as for where to click, especially if you're working on a dimly lit screen. All right, so these would be the basic settings. I have grid 4, so this is my own custom theme. I have the grid line increased, just decreasing a bit the brightness and adding a bit of color with custom hue. So this would be kind of my setting for Ableton, and I really enjoy the way this looks. Now, what I changed is, well, a few things. My most important thing is to just have the grid really clearly displayed in the clip view. So you probably noticed that I really boosted the lines over here to really be able to sequence notes clearly. So I want to see where the boxes are precisely when I'm inputting in MIDI notes, or when I'm extending, I want to see exactly how these align with the rest. I also increased the contrast between different sections. So between this section, first few bars and then the next few bars, and this also changes adaptively when we zoom in and out. And then also between the black notes and the white keys, there's also a bit of contrast over here. So when you're creating your own custom theme, you can not only do things like this, but also customize all the other colors. So you can customize the accents, which I personally did not need, but of course you can do all of that to customize every single part of the interface. Now let me jump into the browser. So the website name is LiveThemes.app. And this is probably the most popular site for creating your own themes. You've got some popular themes as well as a nice creator. And it's really easy to just hover your mouse over these different elements. And for instance, if we want to choose the color of the black key background, you can just input a hex code over here. And the same applies to all the other parameters, all the other little elements of the interface. For instance, the highlights of the display, you can easily just change the color and you have a great preview of what it looks like. So you can, for instance, make it monochrome. That's also a nice idea, or customize it in any way you like. Even this little bar over here, if you want to make it white, boom, there you go. Now, once you're done with the theme, you can just export it. If you name it, first of all, we need to create an account, but obviously you just download the theme right away and you put it into a special folder in Ableton. I'm going to add the path to that file for Windows as well as Mac. There is an article on the Ableton Live website which explains exactly where to put your custom theme files. And once you have that, for me, it appears immediately, but if not, you might want to either close and open the settings window or just reopen Live entirely, and it should appear right here in this drop-down menu. All right, I hope you found this quick video on customizing the look of Ableton useful. Make sure to check out our Music Production Academy with start-to-finish courses on making tracks in various genres. And if you'd like to learn Ableton 12 with all the foundations of music production, check out the Beginner to Advanced Live 12 Start to Finish course. Make sure to also check out the Everything Bundle Collector's Edition, which includes all of the courses, sound packs and project files in our store. And to see all of that, check the links in the video description. Make sure to subscribe to our channel. If you enjoyed this video, leave it a like, write us a comment, and I will see you in the next ones.